Yeah, guys, here we are at the podcast studio, live from Amsterdam. Ooh, yeah. Okay, Paul, can you give a really short introduction about our guest today, Thomas Meijer?
No, I think he can do it. I mean, from our point of view, from the student point of view, he's our master of the universe. That's the nickname we gave him. But
So it's shared now. It's
Yeah.
not just you.
yeah, I mean, I think Victor called you like that as well
Oh,
sometimes.
that's good.
Kun also maybe.
They learn fast.
Sometimes.
Good students. I'm Thomas Meijer. I work at the Global School for Entrepreneurship. I've been there since last year, April.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly involved with writing the accreditation documents so we could finally get started in September, which we did in 2018. Now I'm here with Koen and Paul, our students of the February intake. Looking forward to the podcast.
The best student,
The best students, because
please.
especially Paul, because he's really good at table tennis, and that's what we teach at the Global School for Entrepreneurship. Koen is also really good, I think.
Yeah.
But Paul's
Not
best.
the last match, but we can
Yesterday I had to introduce myself in a meeting, and I told them I'm the guy who gets the students to the classroom, make sure the classroom is there, and the teacher as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas found that too little. He said, "Oh, that's like a traffic controller. I'm much more."
Ooh.
Maybe we discover it in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What else I can do?
I definitely think, yeah. Okay, nice. And Paul, could you give a really short introduction about yourself?
Ooh, I didn't expect that one. I'm Paul. I'm 19, gonna turn 20 in like 2 days. So woohoo, not gonna be a teenager anymore. Thomas is finally gonna respect me. No, just kidding. But yeah, I'm Paul. Just started in the Global School for Entrepreneurship in February. Prior to that, I was studying software engineering in Silicon Valley for 14 months, something like that. Didn't really enjoy it.
No
Didn't-
masters.
no masters
No.
there. I couldn't find my master over there, so
Wow.
that's why I quit and came there. I heard some very good thing about Thomas. I was like, I should consider that school. But yeah, I didn't really like the work-life balance in Silicon Valley. It's not work-life balance; it's work and then nothing else. It's not very
It's a
interesting.
very clear balance.
There's one side of the balance
Yeah.
and nothing in the other one. But if you're a student over there, it's not awesome. So that's why I was like, maybe I should go back to Paris. Went back to Paris. Didn't really knew what to do. Working on different project, and then found out about the school and joined in February.
Nice.
So that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
Maybe Koen, you could tell us a little bit more about yourself as well.
I can give a little introduction. My name is Koen. I'm sitting also, even like Paul, on the school as for entrepreneurship
Mhm.
in Amsterdam. I came out of you can call it the recruitment industry, and I definitely want to start a business in the recruitment industry, but not only a recruiter, but more like a student consultancy stuff.
Mhm.
So, but I don't tell you more about that because that's for a later stadium.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And that's a secret cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
For the
and,
next episode.
have a nice day. Bye bye. No, that's where I am right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So, we are sitting right now here. I think it's a really good idea that we kind of explain a bit about the Global School for Entrepreneurship because, yeah, what the hell it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do,
What is
do,
it?
do you want us to give an explanation
Yes,
as
I do.
students?
I do.
Okay. So on my side, for me, Global School for Entrepreneurship is not. I mean, it's a school. You have a bachelor at the end of the 4 year, but the 4 years, but it doesn't really feel like a school. For me, it's more like an incubator for your own business, an accelerator and a facilitator as well. They give you all the tools you need, and they teach you pretty much everything you need to know about entrepreneurship and the business behind it. I mean, doesn't really make sense the design behind it, but anyway. So you have classes. They teach you very important skills, and then you directly apply it to your own business or to a teamwork, depending on the subject. But you directly apply it, and that's pretty much what you do. And it takes like 80% of your time. So like I love it. Doesn't feel like school for me. It feels like life/work. I don't feel the urge of, oh shit, I have to like go back home and just quit school. Like at the end of the day, like at 4, it's not okay. School is finished. I have to go home. Like, don't feel like going home. So that's pretty much it.
Does it feel like school to you?
To me?
Yeah.
What does it? What
does
do
the Global School for Entrepreneurship feel like a school
No,
to you?
absolutely not. Feels what I say. It feels like work/life. It's just like you're there. You work on your own project. They facilitate you. They help you, and then you just grow yourself and your business, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, nice.
Which is,
yeah.
What do you think about it? How do you perceive it as a? Because you were you in school before? Or no, you used to work, right?
I was in school before like 3 months.
And
It's
then
a
you
really
quit.
short school.
Silicon Valley or not?
No, I quit it after 3 months. So, but it's exactly the opposite for me, because it isn't a school, because they don't treat you as a student, and that's what I'm looking for.
Very good point.
Yeah, and Thomas, do you when you start by the Global School of Entrepreneurship as a operational manager, you are right now?
Manager business operations, yes.
Manage business operations. Do you agree? Is Paul explaining the thing what you want to be with the school? What you want to be?
Yes. We decided to do things a little different at the Global School of Entrepreneurship. A key point that was made by Koen, we don't treat students as students, but as entrepreneurs from the day one. That's also why we facilitate them in the incubator. They can work on their own business, and all our modules are and should always be relevant to the business or directly applicable to whatever they're working on. That's basically our design thinking behind the whole curriculum and how we facilitate the curriculum. So so let's say we decide we want to teach our students agile working, Scrum methods. Okay, that's a decision we made, and then we started thinking about how can we teach them in a way that's relevant for them directly. We could give you a book on Scrum. You could get a coach in Scrum. We could also have you work on your own business using Scrum. That's our design thinking behind it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how do you? What's the reason why you are right now a part of the Global Business School of Entrepreneurship?
I worked previously with Timo Timmerman, one of the co-founders of Global School of Entrepreneurship at a previous university. There was just the two of us, him as founder and me as the first staff, and of course we had the teachers. There in 2 years we grew to 70 students. We started with 7, so we went times 10. That was in a franchise model with a pre-existing bachelor program. There Timo left eventually, and as soon as they got the investments done for the Global School of Entrepreneurship, I joined them again. I also met Thomas Blackman at the previous university where as a teacher. There he was started working on the incubator program. Now we gave him 4 years to do it with this new Global School of Entrepreneurship. Yeah, and that's as soon as it was done, I signed the contract and joined them because I knew these are the guys that can do it. They can create a university of applied sciences that will facilitate entrepreneurs.
And so what made you shift from, because as like we did our homework obviously, so we looked into your past and we see that you had a really formal education, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What made you shift from having a regular education to give a really open and informal education?
Yeah, to put it bluntly, it was a failure. I started studying at the University of Amsterdam. Well, actually, at high school, I graduated with all grades were 7, so I didn't really know what I was good at.
This is all the side of it.
Yeah. So then I decided to study Beta Gamma, which is a really broad interdisciplinary, sort of like liberal arts degree, where after the first year you have to choose your specialization. Well, you can guess what? After the first year,
you quit.
I passed all the modules with around the same grade. So I still don't know what I was good at, but I did know better what I liked, and that was social sciences. So I decided to do another bachelor, general social sciences, alongside still completing the Beta Gamma program. So then at the end, I had a research bachelor degree of 240 credits, whereas normally it's 180, so 3 years. Well, then I discovered I really liked politics and especially international relations. Because the whole purpose of me choosing these specializations was that I wanted to make an impact. So not just take care of myself and have a good job, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care much about it. I want to add value to the world, basically, if it can be so grand. Then I started a master. I really wanted to do an internship because I missed all the practical application at research universities.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly theory and books, write about more theory, connect theories. And I was thinking, well, where am I making this impact then? So the only solution they offered me was an internship.
Uh-huh.
That's why I switched masters from the UvA to Leiden. It was a selected master and I got accepted in February. Turns out there was not really an opportunity to do an internship, mostly because it's a really competitive field, not many places.
Uh-huh.
Also difficult to find an internship where you still have to do courses. Most internships are full-time.
Yeah.
Then I decided to postpone writing my thesis. I still do.
Still have.
But for different reasons. I postponed it to have time for the internship. Wrote a lot of letters to a lot of ministries,
Mm-hmm.
ambassadors. Did not get accepted. That was the failure.
First failure for the master.
Yeah.
How does that feel? How did it feel?
It felt strange to me.
Mm-hmm. How did you cope with a failure at this time?
I didn't really. I was kind of lost back then. At one point, I was fixing my bike in the garden, and a strange man walked into the garden. His name's Timo.
Oh,
A really old
And
strange
is that
man.
true story or?
that's true story. This is true story how I started working with Timo.
But did you knew him before that? Or?
Yeah, I knew him because
Ah.
Timo also found new business school Amsterdam together with my dad.
Okay. Oh.
And,
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't knew
Yeah.
that. Ooh.
White boy privilege.
Yeah.
I have the network.
Nice. Okay. So he came in and
Yeah, he asked me to help him first as an internship. That turned out didn't work out. I started there, worked 28 hours, worked 40.
Mm-hmm.
Then 3 months later, I got a full-time contract. And just continued to build that university. And I learned a lot.
nice.
Because then finally I could do some practical work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Instead of just theory.
Yeah, read books, write
Yeah.
about them. No, just do it.
Nice.
And that's also where I discovered that I really, really like working in education.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense looking back at my family. Because they've all been working in education.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. What happened, Koen?
No, I'm just okay. So you could you tell me more about your parents because they have all worked in the formal education.
yeah, formal.
What-
Well, my grandfather used to be the director of a primary school.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did all his life.
That's why you were really good at.
I guess it's in my genes. Then my father, as soon as he could, he left the east of Holland because he didn't find it that interesting and went to Amsterdam.
Uh-huh.
There he studied psychology and also started teaching it.
Okay.
Eventually he ended up in Haarlem, became a director there at the University of Applied Sciences. There he also met Timo. Then that university was going to merge with lots of different universities of applied sciences. They still are merged. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. They did not agree with those plans,
Mhm.
Timo and Gert, so they left. But they could not already say goodbye to education, I guess, so they started forming a new plan. But the new plan turned out into the new business school.
Okay.
Cool.
So pretty successful.
Yeah. So that was their switch
so
to private
they are
education.
in education, but in business as well, because they
Yeah.
are not
Yeah.
actually teaching. They were more building the school and building the structure.
Yeah, they already had management positions at the university, but then when they left there, they became entrepreneurs in the education.
Okay.
Yeah, they started a private school for
Makes,
entrepreneurship.
Nice. What do your parents think about this total new way of education?
My father, of course, did all the accreditation stuff in his life, and he told me a few weeks back, it's so strange that you managed to get this accredited because it's so new.
Yeah, and I was feeling exactly the same. Was like, how the fuck am I
Yeah.
gonna get a bachelor out of it? Not because it's not a great education, of
Mhm.
course it is, but more because it's so unusual
Different.
and so different.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, that's for me the perfect school.
Mhm.
At least for me, I know it's not
Yeah.
for everyone. You have to be very dedicated
No.
and very
Yeah,
into it.
you need to have an ambition.
Yeah. If you
Mhm.
don't have a goal or you don't want to do practical stuff and actually build your business, might not be the right school for you.
Yeah.
No.
And
No.
Thomas, when you were younger, like Paul's his age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're 20, come on. 21.
I'm just kidding. I'm 22, but
22?
no, 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, my
His
bad.
two
But,
20s.
But do you think when you're like when you are 19 and this education was here, do you think you join also the school, or it isn't for you?
What kind of teenager were you at our age? Were you really into business and doing stuff, or
No, not at all. No.
So were you like the, I don't know, the
Continue.
chaotic student, or
No,
the
no.
very
No, I was quite serious.
Mhm.
I did like 90 credits per year because I did the two programs at the same time. So I also had evening lectures.
Okay.
A lot of work. I was also in my line of expectance. It was expected of me to go to research university because I did the high school at the high level.
Oh yeah.
So it was obvious for me, and I never considered education or business as something for me. But now that I'm in the midst of it, I really like it. And summer last year, I was interviewed, and somebody asked me this question, and I said, "Well, I would have joined, and I started my own school."
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more like an entrepreneur in education, even like Timo. And
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I learned actually a lot last couple of years, maybe more than my bachelor's and master's.
Do you have the ambition to start an own school when you're like in 10 years or something, or?
Maybe wake up all.
my bad, guys. I just need to switch the cameras on again.
Are you serious? So, thanks for that, Paul. It was really nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you
mean,
can put the commercials.
Yeah, it's also
for
space
Global
for
School,
them.
we can put a little video promoting Global School for Entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
That's also a good idea.
yeah. So we spoke a lot about the school.
Mm-hmm.
What we also knows from Timo, he tells us that about the Koepel in Haarlem.
The Koepel, yes.
Paul and I don't know what you are doing, but we know you are working on a project with people. But could you explain a bit more about the whole thing, the Koepel in Haarlem?
Koepel is from a prison in Haarlem, closed down because there were no more inmates.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's a great job.
Good job.
Dutch government.
So now we put students in.
Just so they know they have to be in prison for the rest of their life.
Yes,
No, just
just
kidding.
get used to it.
the red race.
Very
Yeah.
sad.
No, we're in the Koepel. There will be a different university, but with us involved, together with a partner, SRH. That's a German private education organization, second largest, I think, in Germany.
Mhm.
And together we will create their university for small and medium businesses. Also, there will be an incubator together with other organizations. There will also be like a cinema in the bottom or in the floor.
Ooh.
There will be a lot of things. It's a huge building.
Okay, so
But we will also be there with several bachelor degrees.
so is it gonna
Cool.
be kind of like the same as the global school, or is it gonna be different in a certain way?
It will be different because it will be all different bachelor programs.
Mhm.
For example, business administration.
Okay.
The whole goal is that eventually, in 5 years after the start of the cupola, we will have there a research bachelor as well in liberal arts.
Okay.
And there's are going to be around 600 students there eventually.
Okay. And do you guys want to
600.
do you guys want to apply the same methodology as here, or stay in a more formal?
Well, actually, the bachelor program we have here at Global School, the Bachelor in Entrepreneurship and Innovation, is already modeled on the SRH model
Okay.
of core. So this means that you have a learning coach, you have experts, and it's all 5 weeks per module,
Okay.
not many
Mhm.
modules at the same time. So that fits.
Mhm.
That we will use the core principle also there, obviously. But it will be a different focus. So not entrepreneurship and innovation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of the same school, but in a different field.
Exactly.
Okay. Awesome.
Is it always possible to do the same stuff? I think about, because we are could apply every module directly in our own business,
Mm-hmm.
but because we have our own business, we could apply everything.
Mhm.
But how you do this with like business administration or IT stuff? IT I could imagine.
I like my previous school was exactly like this school, but for software engineering and IT, so I can understand. They give you like an assignment, and you have to do it. You have to figure out everything yourself. So in that way, I can understand the IT part. For the business administration, though,
Well, you can imagine that in 5 years, if we have business administration students there, we also have some students at our Bachelor Entrepreneurship and Innovation with businesses, right?
Oh, so we could use them in our own business.
We could use them.
That's
Yes,
for
It
example.
sounds a little bit.
No, but
they could help
creepy.
you,
Yeah, they could.
And
They
they
could.
could-
Yeah.
and you could help them by
Yeah.
giving them a case that's actually
Yeah.
real world
Yeah,
case.
giving them experience and.
That's a really good combination.
Thank you. I just thought of it. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
So okay. So I guess
it's nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have a cut of
For
the.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. So you're planning to do that, and what are the, because Timon tells also about the struggles,
Mhm.
and of course it's all with government and stuff, and it's a really slow
Yeah.
how you call that
Process.
process. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are struggles when you're dealing with Dutch government and that kind of?
Our large organization in general, it's that they're too large.
And so and
Yeah,
very slow.
That's the problem.
Yeah, they have all these processes, detailed policies, and you're just one of the many applicants for
Mhm.
if you want something, and you need to follow the process. And sometimes that goes slower than we can and want to move because we're really small, and it also makes us very agile.
And very fast.
Yeah.
So,
So if we have a meeting with some partner university and they want to propose, or we are going to work on a collaboration,
Mhm.
we end the meeting, we talk about it, make a decision,
Yeah.
and then we're waiting for all the boards of the other university to make a decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
of
that
course.
sometimes,
Takes months.
could
Or-
take months.
Yeah.
It's also sometimes I understand.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the accreditation. It's really important that education is of high quality.
Yeah.
So I get that there's like a really intense quality control in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quite logical.
So, yeah.
Okay. Nice. And so the big struggles are for you as a smaller company, because the large companies have struggles because they are too large, but you are small. What are the struggles of having a small company, of being a small company?
It's a lot of work, and you do many things at the same time.
Mm.
So if you're so small, almost everybody's involved with everything.
Yeah.
So it's really almost always a question of prioritization.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to happen now and what can be done tomorrow?
Yeah. We can relate with our own businesses.
Of course.
It's very difficult to figure out what step to take, and
but it also means it's a lot of fun.
yeah, because then you do everything and you learn a lot as well. So
yeah, in a way, everybody knows what's going on everywhere. So that's really nice.
That's really nice. Yeah. Okay. And because one of your unique selling points as a business school is the personal
coaching,
the personal coaching and the
Mhm.
personal help, the personal stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How are you gonna manage when you are growing as a school with maybe you have some like 200 more students next year? How are you gonna manage that?
By scaling. So the same model, the same experience, we just scale it. We have more learning coaches.
Okay, so
we won't have eventually classes with 50 students or maybe even 300 like other universities do. We always have classes of 25 to 30 students at most.
Cool.
That's the quick and
yeah. And you want to go abroad as well, like send students to different locations.
Yeah, of course, because we're situated in the student hotel, which are opening up to 66 locations the coming years throughout Europe, maybe outside Europe as well. There, the same facilities are there as we have now in the Amsterdam location.
So it's very easy to just adjust and
scale. Yes, we don't need to buy bricks and mortar to find a place to teach because they're being built for us.
Yeah, nice. And you only as a school needs to add some good learning coaches.
Yes.
So that's is that also the next step for you as a company?
To find more learning coaches, definitely.
And good.
In fact, we're already working on it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Of course, good ones.
And what are the qualifications for a good learning coach?
Oh, that's a difficult
question. Do they have
question.
to be entrepreneurs themselves and build businesses, or?
Yes.
Yes.
I would say so. Yes.
I do agree.
I think that's the first step, but it's not only that.
No, but we of course also have many people who are entrepreneurs or were entrepreneurs who are just not fit to work with students or to have a coaching position in that sense because the personality doesn't match with what we expect of a learning coach.
Yeah, that's a difficult one.
And from a staff/teacher point of view, did you identify specific struggles for the students in the school to grow their business or to start their business or to work on their business?
Yes.
Can you?
Well, I have to admit that we were wrong about the students because we expected it would take a bit more time in terms of how you all are developing your own business. So we need to push some things up front. For example, an accountant to teach you how to do the basic bookkeeping, or a digital marketeer to teach you how to get the SEO running.
So you're gonna add specific workshop to.
Yeah, they already are or were part of what we wanted to do eventually, but we now notice that we need it sooner than we expected. So now we are talking with those kind of people, and in fact, I can tell you, in 2 weeks you will start a digital marketing course.
Cool. Awesome. How is it gonna be?
It's
like what's the schedule gonna be? If that makes sense.
Sorry?
Are we gonna have one classes or is it gonna?
No, it will be probably be 4 workshops where you will
Okay.
learn everything:
Okay, awesome.
mailing, SEO, social media.
That's why I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
really
Cool.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, but Paul, you have also an ID.
The one I talked to you about yesterday. I think I
The
told
reason.
you yesterday as well.
We talked about
So
it.
I want to help NGOs and NPOs, so non-governmental organization and non-profits, reduce their fundraising cost thanks to social media and influencer marketing. So I thought about that yesterday. Still need to work on it. I stayed until like midnight yesterday to draw the map that Thomas gave me. I had headaches about it yesterday night as well. You know, it's when you have not an epiphany, but you have a new idea and you are trying to figure stuff out. It's kind of burning.
You want to sleep, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, and then your brain is in solving mode, trying to figure out, oh, I have to do that and that and that. I know you are kind of in the same situation as well, because you are struggling to decide which business you wanted to start, right?
Yeah, it was really funny because 2 weeks ago we talked about this, and I had the struggle of, whoa, I don't know, fuck, what I need to choose, and now I have it. Now I have my idea, and I it's for me the next step. And yesterday you came to me and you say, oh, I struggle. It's exactly the same, and that's also a nice part of the education because of the study, because it's everybody has the same stages.
Yeah.
To become the entrepreneur, what you want to be. So that's really nice, and it really helps that you have other people who knows recognize it, and you can talk about it.
For me, it's one of the most valuable assets of the school as well, is to gather same-minded people, like young entrepreneurs. It's not really common. Like in my group of friends in France and like in the US, obviously there were some people that were thinking about it, but not actually doing it. And here, most of the people, at least the one that are go to school. Sorry, that was mean. Most of the people here have a business, they're working on it, and you're not ashamed to say, I want to do that. For example, the podcast, we had the idea. I mean, we say, okay, let's do a podcast. And 1 week after the podcast, we're on the podcast with our first awesome guest.
The master of the universe.
Yeah. And so everything is going very fast because everyone goes in the same direction. They want to do stuff instead of just learning and for the sake of learning. So for me, that's one of the most valuable assets as well. From the school.
Like Koen was talking about that 2 weeks ago, you were struggling. Now you were struggling, but now you have figured out, you know what to do.
Kind of.
Looking at the curriculum, we designed the first year to do this. You needed 2 weeks, I guess. So that's again where students excel what we intended for it to happen.
But maybe this is a really good example from what the education, what our study can offer, because you talk about the marketing thing, what you're gonna take like to next week, next month, and Paul just wanna start, and this is part of your business, the main part of your business.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly an example how it works and how it fits with your own ambitions, basically. You agree?
I do.
That's again also, I think, the power of such being a small school.
So everyone knows each other, and there's one big group instead of 10 different small groups with 2-3 people.
We detect the need quicker, and we can facilitate sooner, because we don't need to go through all these management layers of people who need to prove it.
Yeah. I mean, the staff office and the student office is like 5 meters away. You can always open the door, knock on the door, have a question, just ask for help, and they will always be there for you. So that's great as well. I mean, yesterday I asked Thomas Blackman. He was still in the office at like 9 something. I asked him like, can you help me on this? And he helped me for like 20 minutes, and it was already 9. So that's how dedicated the staff and the founders are. And I was wondering something as well. Do you look for something specific when you recruit students? I mean, you don't recruit them when you enroll students, or are they like, are you so specific and so niche that it's only the right kind of people that comes to the school?
That's also what I want to ask exactly, because one of the best things about a study is your students, your
schoolmates,
your colleague students, stuff like that. How are you gonna select them?
And
find them
by being honest to them mostly, and of course we're also the bachelor itself is meant for entrepreneurs and people who want to be entrepreneurial in larger organizations or have a social entrepreneurship idea or want to join the family business, take over as an entrepreneur. So in a sense, that's already selecting, because we don't get students who are interested in being a bookkeeper. They don't go to the close school of entrepreneurship. And then second, we always have a meeting with potential students. And then again, we're honest about what the bachelor program entails and what is expected of the students. And then sometimes you develop this feeling like, would this student fit? There hasn't been a moment where we said no to a student, but because we're always very clear about what is expected of students and what the program means, that we have students or potential students who then decide not to do it.
Yeah.
We've also actually had students who were entrepreneurs or want to become an entrepreneur and said, no, this is too much. I'd rather do this bachelor degree because that's easy and then I have more time. So there, he did not see the opportunity that it was our bachelor program.
That's so weird. I mean,
yeah, because in our study,
why would you do that?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I'm really confused because 95% of the time when I'm in school, it's to work on my own project and my own business. So,
and when you learn something, you can directly apply it to your own business.
But to be honest, when like just before the school started, I didn't expect it to be to have as much freedom as we do and as much time to work on our own business. So I mean, I'm really happy about it because that's what I want to do.
Were you still comparing it to the Silicon Valley experience, maybe?
What do you mean?
Where you had to only had to study load and no life balance or no time for your own projects?
Yes and no. I mean, I was more expecting. I don't think I expected something as unusual as the school with as much freedom, as much free time. Of course, free time doesn't mean leisure and entertainment. It means, I mean, at least for me, it means working on my own stuff. Otherwise, I don't see the point of doing this kind of school. But I mean, I'm really happy about it. I'm really glad we have that much freedom to work on our own stuff. So you have you can work on your business, but in a safe environment where you can fail and just try again and fail and try again until you do something great. So yeah.
That's also ties in with us being small, so we can easily see if students are in fact doing something useful. And we treat them, of course, as entrepreneurs, so it's their own decision.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of freedom, but that also means a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. How do you deal with students that have the freedom but don't really take ownership of their free time? Does that make sense? Taking ownership?
Definitely. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But like they don't make the most out of it, if that makes sense. Are you okay with that? And do you try to do like actual, I don't know how to say that. Like if a student go, like for example, if I would join the school, but suddenly I'm more like just going to the regular classrooms, classes, and then actually not working on the business, is there anything specific you can do about that, or?
Well, the better person to ask this would be Thomas Blackman, as he's the learning coach, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Of course, we have discussions about it with the three of us. And then we always give the student opportunities to better themselves. And so far, it has not happened yet. But maybe it will in the future.
As
Where
more
we
and more
really,
students.
really have to think about how are we going to motivate the student, because partially we do not want to be that person to keep motivating you to go to class, but we will have a discussion with the student about it and find out why.
Mhm.
Also, so maybe if it's something about the teacher or doesn't see the relevance of it, then we maybe have an opportunity to improve.
Yeah.
But it will always be as an entrepreneur that we treat the students.
Yeah. So it's not a personal attack or okay,
No.
we kicked out you from the school,
No.
but it's more like okay,
No.
get a conversation
Yeah.
and what's wrong with it,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And Thomas, you need to tell us about the Mexico thing, because suddenly there was somebody says there are coming 30 Mexican students to Amsterdam, and the only question what we have was, okay, are there girls?
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I couldn't say this, but tell us about that, because you're flying to Mexico for 2 weeks or 10 days.
10 days, yes.
10 days.
Business
Whoa.
class as well.
Business class
Nothing
as
but
well.
the best for me, right? Got it for free.
Okay, but you're doing there, except laying in the sun and.
I did not lay for one moment.
Okay,
Ooh.
Yes.
sorry.
Did you enjoy chicken with chocolate?
No, I didn't. We talked about this. Let's keep this a positive vibe here.
Yeah.
No, we went there, Thomas and I, to mostly talk to high school students,
Mhm.
see if they were interested in our program. That's what we did. But we also had some meetings with universities, and we're still talking to them. So I'm not quite sure what I can say and what I can't.
Ooh.
But
I could imagine.
yes, there will probably be a summer program this summer, specific for the students of that university.
And so my main question is, it's not regarding Mexico anymore. It's how do you manage to get those partnerships? Because obviously for us students, it's going to be very important to have some great partnership with other organization, business, companies, anything. So do you rely on your track record as a school and the network of your, like Thomas, Timo, and yours? Or I don't know, how do you do that?
Well, this specific case in Mexico was because of an alumni student of us, Maru, who also works with us, and she studied there at the university we spoke with and high schools, and of course she has her own network there.
Okay.
So basically
Was-
through that.
Okay, through
Yeah.
your network.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you recommend this? I mean, would you recommend trying to get partnership through your network? Is it is network a really important part
Yes,
in a business?
it can be. It is really powerful.
Mhm.
If I now look at the co-founders of Global School, it's kind of insane how many people we could reach
Mhm.
if it's required. Maybe you've already noticed it with the coaching sessions.
Mm-hmm.
That then Thomas starts taking up his phone and opens LinkedIn, and then you know what time it is. And you get all these contacts.
Yeah.
We can contact him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we can
Every
contact
time
him
I
too.
talk to Thomas about something, he say, "Oh, I know this guy. Oh, I know this person. I could."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
So that like getting in touch with the network of the founders of the school is a really valuable asset as well, because
sure.
we can always ask for help, and
That's one
they
of
will
them.
they will try to help you.
Yeah, but Thomas, you need to imagine when I'm a new student.
Mm-hmm.
I hate school. I sitting in the high school and I hate school.
Yeah.
And I dropped out one time,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I'm.
So you're describing yourself now.
Yeah, that was my secret. and I'm basically I'm fucked, and
No.
I knew I need to make a new plan for myself.
Mm-hmm.
What when I want to join the school, what I should do?
If you already decide you want to join the school.
No, I'm in my orientation
Mm-hmm.
stadium. What I should do when where can I find you guys? When
Go to gs4e.com or globalschoolofentrepreneurship.com if you like writing. And then you can send me a WhatsApp message, email me, call me, anything. There are many ways you can reach me, and then we have
Anything?
almost anything.
Okay.
Almost anything except
Yeah, I don't.
dick pics. That's not good.
No, then I don't know how to reach you.
But okay, and we still need talk about the money part.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We need to do because it's a really important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My compensation for doing this podcast, you mean?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It would be 50,000 cents.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Sure. No, it's too much.
Thanks, Paul, for
Yeah.
being broke. But well, okay, we need to talk about the money part because it's all personal. It's a private education.
Mhm.
It's not subsidized by the
No.
government.
No. So what is gonna happen when you want to pay it? But
Well, we
How?
view the tuition fee as an investment. Of course, that doesn't mean that it's somehow less money
Mm-hmm.
because it is expensive. We are accredited, so Dutch students are can make use of the student financing,
Mm-hmm.
which means they have a really attractive rates, meaning 0%.
Yeah.
To fully fund the tuition fee, and also if you want want to know more about that, then also you can schedule a call with me.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
so it
And,
is subsidized.
Yeah,
Basically.
but like I said, we do view it indirectly because Duo still offers
Of course. Yeah.
loans to students at our school because we are accredited.
Yeah. Okay.
But
nice.
like I already said, we do view it as an investment, and one of the students already earned back his tuition fee in the first 3 months because of the agile working module
Mhm.
actually that you're now doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's also the goal, right?
Of course, yeah.
One of the goals.
Once again, reality met up with our expectations. We expected this to happen in year 3, or it was our dream /
Mhm.
ambition, and it was 3 months. So then again, students were quicker than we expected.
Awesome. I have a question for you, Koen. How did you find out about the school?
Put some words on Google, and he's doing everything for me. No, it was a Google AdWords campaign, and
Thank you.
It was through Google AdWords. So
yeah, I write them the Google AdWords campaign is really good.
yeah, because we were WhatsApping, and I asked you, how did you discover us?
Yeah,
Google.
I said exactly the same. I was looking at different schools throughout Europe. I said like business entrepreneurial school, Paris, London, and then I typed Amsterdam. Search for Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
Was like the second link. So I was like, damn, their SEO is pretty good. So I guess they have some stuff to teach us.
I think it's a really, really good way to recruit new students because when I don't like to be an entrepreneur, I didn't find you
Yeah.
on Google because
Mhm.
I don't type it in. Because when I like financing, then I couldn't find you through Google.
No.
So that's
No,
really
we're
nice.
really,
thing.
yeah. We are focusing on the entrepreneurship. yes,
Yeah,
of course.
nice. Okay. And do you use social media to reach students? And which one?
Well, Facebook and Instagram.
What's the best one?
Instagram,
Really?
I think, yes. But I'm not really good in Instagram, so.
Who's doing that? You're doing that for the school? Or?
Well, I'm doing it as a school, but then again, I should do it more. I'm also joining your class for the digital marketing stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Nice. The master of the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In our
fellow
classroom.
student.
Yeah. Because like I know some people does it. I do it as well.
Mhm.
I first like found you on Google through your website. Then I type Google Global School for Entrepreneurship on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, different kind of
Mhm.
social media, just to see how big you are and how trustworthy you are as well. So even though it's like, I don't know if you're gonna reach hundreds or millions of people through social media, but it's a good
No, but it's all about numbers.
yeah.
Getting the right numbers.
yeah, exactly. And it's about build trust. Like
Mhm.
when you when you only see the website, but then you see all the videos on YouTube from the students as well.
Yeah.
Build trust. So
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, Thomas, we are nearly on the end, but one question left.
Oh,
What are the big traps for you and your and the company like Timo and other Thomas?
Yeah.
What are the traps where you need to be aware in the next 5 years with Global School of Entrepreneurship?
you mean the risks?
risks.
or where we could
Yeah.
go wrong.
Yeah. Scaling, maybe. Do you see it as a big challenge or?
Well, the experiment we are going to do,
Mhm.
we already said we are going to do it, is going internationally, of course, with the Global School for Entrepreneurship. So we will allow or facilitate students to travel throughout Europe.
Mhm.
We have never done this before, so we'll start small. And
Are we going to be the first student to do so?
could be, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, you are challenging us to facilitate it, so there we
Yeah.
now we have to.
We can do a
Yeah.
pilot for you.
A pilot, yeah.
Yeah.
A sponsored pilot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will do that. No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
It's really interesting.
I think that's it, but it's again something where I have full confidence in that we will manage it with the students,
Mhm.
and it will be a great experience.
Yeah.
But again, it's new for us, so
And how you wanna fill it in with the really personal stuff? Do you want through it do it through a video connection or maybe like
VR
coaches
or-
in the city or?
yes, both. But also our principle is that first students will have to come to Amsterdam, so we built the personal connection. It's
Mhm.
much easier to have a
Uh-huh.
discussion with somebody through, let's say, Skype or Zoom, if you've already talked with them
Mhm.
for a year
Yeah,
in the
that's
same
true.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really true. Okay, nice.
So we are really like building in ways to guarantee that it's a nice experience for everybody.
Great. Well, Thomas,
Do you have?
do you
any-
have some questions?
Yeah. Do you have some question for your?
The last
hosted?
question.
How did you think it went, this podcast?
I think we could have done better. Maybe structure and questions. We could have worked a little bit more on that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, maybe the structure is.
yeah,
the thing.
because sometimes we're kind of lost. We're like, okay, we're gonna talk about that and that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think we did pretty good. The setup and the studio is pretty nice. The
Yeah.
audio is very good.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the cameras are gonna render well.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's for me the same.
Yeah, you are the master of the studio now. So
No, you're the master of table tennis. I'm the master of the universe. I think
That's
this
like-
is a really important table right here.
I'm the worst master.
No. Table tennis is very important,
Yeah,
especially at Global School of Entrepreneurship.
yeah,
Yeah, you can also earn a lot of money with that,
could be.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Ever
Not sure if I want to.
when you practice a lot. Okay, Thomas, thanks for your time
Thanks
and
for having me.
to be here and your really open story
Of course,
about your journey.
always.
Woo!
That was impressive.
Yeah, my woo or
Both.